Welcome everyone to the Merciful Metal channel. My name is Thomas and here is a fun video to kick off the new year. I've already done the Metal Tech 2025 to really kick it off. For me personally, I think that this is a fun video to really start this year. The 15 most expensive records in my collection, according to Discogs. Now, every now and then, this topic pops up again. People jump on it. I've done it once before, about 4 years ago, and I thought I'll do it again. Do just like I said, kick off the new year. Fun video to get into it again. I always love these videos from other people just to have a look in their collection of like the more rare and expensive stuff what they have. So I thought I'll do one again after 4 years because the collection has changed a lot, and not necessarily like items, but also prices, because there are some records in here that were in the in my first video as well, but have exceptionally grown in value. So for me, it's interesting to see how things have changed even for my like relatively short time of record collecting. And I'll get to that in a second because I see the number 13. I'll mention it. 15, last time I did 15. Some people do 20, some people do 10. Who cares? I don't want this to be too long. But yeah, the 15 most expensive items according to Discogs. Now, one more thing. Yeah, I keep yapping. I'm a master at Japanese. Before I show the first record, I wanted to clarify the because I'm taking the max price on Discogs. You have like the low price, medium price, and max price. I'll just read off the max prices. That doesn't really give an indication of what the album is worth, but more what someone has paid for it. If you want a good indication of what a record is worth, take the medium price and sit around that a little. The maximum price is just a price that someone somewhere on the world decided to pay for the record and does not really give a right price, because sometimes there is another one in here, and I'll explain it when I get there. That's just not the fucking value of the record, just what someone decided to pay for it. So when I say most expensive album or the most expensive prices, it's not an indication of the value of the record, but just what someone decided to pay for it. And I think right now it is fun to explore what the most expensive one is in my collection. So I'll stop speaking Japanese. I'll stop yapping. I already have a dry mouth, but I'm prepared with a glass of water. Fucking 4 minutes in, not even a record shown, but here we go, number 15. This is Yugoslavian heavy metal. They are from nowadays Croatia. This is, I'm sorry, Croatian people, but Krna Udovica with the album Sudbina, whatever. From 1987, this is a Yugoslavian rarity, and I got it for an incredible price, like 30 euros or something. I'll try to mention the price I got it for if I remember it. I think that's fun. But the maximum price on Discogs is 210 euros. Someone paid for this. I'll just keep it with the like full number and not, because the original number is like 210 euros and 87 cents, but who gives a crap about the cents? I'll put it in here. 210 euros. That's the number 15 we're starting with. From what I remember, the number one from my video of 4 years ago didn't even pass like 110 euros. So starting off with over 200, that's crazy already. Like I said, it has changed a lot. Number 14 from my own home country, Defender City at Mortis. What a fucking legendary EP. This is probably one of the rarest like Dutch heavy metal records out there from 1987. I think Hammerhard Records is about to do a reissue of this one, at least on CD I've seen. But yeah, this is the original press with a maximum price of 221 euros. Just speed, power metal, old school shit. Check it out. Number 13. So this was the number one in my last video, and it was around like 110 euros. But from France, this is Sortilège L'Arme des Héros. I'm fucking sorry, French people. I know you just swallow in the last few letters. I know I swallow in a lot, but not the last letters. Yeah, from 1986. This is their second full-length album. I was going to say last album, but they recently released some more stuff. But anyway, so this is an interesting one to see. Like I said, it was the number one in my video 4 years ago, and now it is the number 13 with a max price of 231 euros. I think 4 years ago it was like half of that as the maximum price. I bought this one for 45 euros. Fantastic. Next up, what are we? Number 12. Number 12. Not a genre I listen to a lot, but these are epic doom legends: Solitude, Eternus, Into the Depths of Sorrow. This is their debut album from 1991, original Roadrunner press. I got this for a fair price, but the maximum price is 234 euros. Yeah, I'm still looking for the second one, but it is also like even more worth even more. So that was number 12. Number 11. All right, here is why I explicitly said in the beginning that the maximum price is not always a good indication. And why this is not necessarily an expensive album. Just the maximum price is just something someone somewhere in the world paid for this album. Because I got this for about 40 euros. It is worth between like 30 and 60 euros, I would say. This is Overkill, Years of Decay. What is this? Like a European Megaforce press. Yeah, like I said, this record is worth about 40 euros, but someone decided to pay a lot for this. Probably like a sealed copy or a signed copy, whatever, because the maximum price is 236 euros. Don't ever pay that for this record. I mean, if you're an Overkill fan and it's sealed and signed, whatever. But if you're casually strolling through your local record store or online, 40, 50, 60 euros, whatever, for an original press, fine. But the maximum price of 236 euros is not an indication of what this album is worth. So it's still a lot of money, but we got that one out of the way. We are now in the top 10. kicking off is a fantastic album from the UK. I paid about 40 euros for this one. It is not in the best condition. I think somewhere on there it has a skip. I haven't spun it in a while, but this is from 1984. Incubus, To the Devil, a Daughter. An original press. I don't even know if there are reissues of this album. This is on the Guardian label. You don't see that one a lot. I fucking love this album. This is like that perfect soft new wave of British heavy metal. I mean, it is from 1984, so they're a little late to the party. But this is the kind of new wave of British heavy metal shit I love. Highway to Hell, Life Beyond the Grave, Tight Fisted, Helen of Troy, Night of Vengeance. Oh, fuck. Love this album. With a maximum price, almost forgot to say it, maximum price of 239 euros. Most of these are pretty close to each other, except for the top three. Next up, number 9. I've showed this one in the metal tag, and I've showed this one before, so I'll just keep it briefly. From Argentina, the debut album from 1988, Rata Blanca. It is in a pretty severe condition, so if I'll ever find a better copy, I gladly pick it up for a good price. But you know, finding it for a good price is the issue here, because it has a maximum price of 241 euros. I did not pay that for this record. I got a really good deal on this one. But the reason I mentioned it in the metal tag is because this one really does need a reissue. But yeah, showed that one way too much right now. Number 8 is one that pops up in a lot of these videos from like the old school original record collectors. Not an album I would necessarily pay this much for it. I didn't pay even the minimum price for it, so I got lucky with that. Yeah, some people decide to pay the maximum price for this album, and this is Sodom, Obsessed by Cruelty. This is the Steam Hammer press with the new mix, the better mix, with a maximum price of 249 euros. I mean, 0.95 cents, so basically 250 euros, but 249 euros. Yeah, I would not pay that for this record. I mean, it's a fine record. I like early Sodom, but no. Sodom, Obsessed by Cruelty. Number, what are we on? Fucking 10, 9, 8, 7. This is not a metal record, and surprisingly, this is an artist outside of heavy metal that I am a big fan of. The album that came after this one is the last one I really liked and bought. After that, I kind of fell off. But from 2019, this is Lana Del Rey with Norman fucking Rockwell. This is a, I fucking love Lana Del Rey. Like I said, I kind of fell off, but this is a limited edition alternative cover. The original cover doesn't look like this, with like pink vinyl color. But with her albums, she always releases records limited edition from what the original is. This is a limited edition from the original, and they always tend to like go fucking crazy in value. Um, so I bought this at like a fucking Urban Outfitters in Amsterdam somewhere 6 years ago. Um, Not thinking anything of it like value wise. I just like this cover more than the original cover. Um, and besides that, it's a great album. Still very her old style. Um, but the maximum price of this album is 252 euros for like some Urban Outfitter exclusive bullshit, whatever. Um, yeah, fucking 252 euros. Yeah, Lana Del Rey, love her music. So that was a kind of a surprise in there. Um, Number 6, found it a year ago on a record fair. I think I have told the story that this was priced very low because there was damage on it, kind of a little burn mark on there. Um, it was priced 45 euros, and I didn't fucking care about the damage on one fucking song. There were still other songs on there. And for that price, I would have picked it up anyway. So I asked about if the record still played well. The seller from the record fair, the seller said it. He wasn't really sure about it, so he just talked over it and offered offered the record for 35 euros, so 10 euros 10 euros lower, just to talk over the fucking damage. He didn't want to mention it, I guess. So 35 euros is what I paid for this one. This is Celtic Frost Emperor's Return, the original 1985 silver label noise press. There is an identical repress from 1987, and the only way to tell the difference is from the inner sleeve, and this one has the 1985 inner sleeve in there, so this is the original. I paid 35 euros for it. By the way, the burn mark on there, I tested it right away and it just plays fine. It plays fine. The fool should have play tested it and could have put a 1 in front of the 35 and still would have sold it, I guess. But the maximum price on this record is 255 euros. Fucking amazing treasure. Let's see our top 5. This is one I picked up last year, also for about 45 euros. I was shocked to see it for that price in a local record store. But this is an original press of the legendary album Rain in Blood, 1986 Slayer. I don't have to say anything about this one. We all know this one. We all love this one. So yeah, this was a crazy lucky pickup. It is not in the best condition, hence why it was probably priced so low. But the maximum price, the median price is 75 euros. So again, another example of don't always trust the maximum price. But still, someone paid the maximum price for this album, and that is 264 euros. Number 4, another one we all know. And again, like the Sodom album, this is one that old record collectors pretty much all kind of have or show once. If it's about this topic, most of the people, this one will pop up in their list. And again, this is from Sodom in the Sign of Evil. This is an original Devil's Game press. again, 9 out of 10 times, if people do these lists, this one will pop up. Love this album. This is my favorite Sodom album. The early, nasty, gritty, dark shit. Masturbate to kill myself. Every fucking time I hear that shit, I have a good chuckle. Yeah, Blasphemer. I fucking love that song. Yeah, Sodom and the Sign of Evil, original Devil's Game press. It's the number 4 most expensive album with a price of 267 euros. Number 3. This is where it really starts to skyrocket. And if you watch this channel, if you know this channel, if you know me, you know at least 2 records that are still coming. And I think right now you can even guess the number 1. But number 3, this one was really coming. This is Ripping Corpse, Dreaming with the Dead, one of my all-time favorite death metal albums. And one of my most beloved pieces in the collection. I needed to get a word for that, beloved, I guess, whatever. I love this album, and I love that I fucking have the original press, because if you know the story behind this, there's a big chance that this album will never ever get a reissue. And I found it for, I think, about 80 euros originally. That was, let's see, 7 years ago. This was also in the original, or in my first most expensive albums from Discogs prizes, whatever, video 4 years ago. And because I watched the video back yesterday, and this had a maximum price of around 116 euros or 110 or something. But this one skyrocketed like fucking crazy if you see the maximum price of what it is right now. So I'm very lucky to have it picked up relatively early in my collection days, because if I did not pick that one up, it would probably not be in my collection right now. But the maximum price of this record is 394 euros. That's almost 400 euros for this album. That's fucking crazy. Like I said, I don't ever see this one getting reissued, so the price might even go up more. But in those 4 years, the price has like quadrupled almost. Yeah, Ripping Corpse, Dreaming with the Dead, an original on the One Flag press. There you go. Number 2 also has exponentially grown in value. It is a pretty much near mint copy, and now the minimum price, as I see here, is 95 euros. I didn't originally even pay that. I think I found it for like 70 euros when I picked it up. But this is an original press of Repulsion's Horrified, even with the original hype sticker. It was also in the video 4 years ago, and back then I already I mentioned this before, but the original retail price suggests £5, which again, still after 4 years, fucking hilarious. Recommended retail price £5. The maximum price of this album right now on Discogs is 399.99 cents. So basically 400 euros. Fucking ridiculous. But yeah, it is in great condition. I don't listen to a lot of grindcore, but the old school stuff like this is, yeah, I could roll with it. My number 2 most expensive album. The number 1, you know which one it's going to be. You know which one it's going to be. It still is the most expensive album in my collection. Nothing has beaten it yet when I since I bought it, and it is very hard to find for a good price. This is the original Metal Magic Records press of the fourth Pantera album, Power Metal, from 1988. Yeah, the biggest, most expensive, rarest, whatever fucking piece in my collection. And as a younger collector, I am incredibly proud to have this in my collection, an original. Incredible. I love this album. To me, this is the best shit Pantera's ever did. It is the fourth album where Phil Anselmo joined in. Phil right there, not Rex. And it's like heavy speed power metal with like Rob Halford kind of vocals. The best vocal performance of Phil Anselmo ever. Some of the best guitar work of Diamond Darrell. He was still Diamond Darrell on here. This is just a fucking masterpiece, if you ask me. But yeah, this is the #1 most expensive album in my collection. What is the value, you ask? The maximum price on Discogs is a whopping 500 euros. That's fucking crazy. It is also the album I did pay the most for ever to get it, but it also turned out to be a good purchase because yeah, it's the value of this one is just fucking crazy. And if you know the story behind Pantera and how they try to shrug this one under the rug, wipe this one under the rug, their early stuff, you know, this one will not drop in value anytime soon. Power Metal from 1988, my most expensive album, fucking 500 euros. Yeah, those were my 15, according to Discogs, most expensive albums. Again, just going off the maximum price, doesn't say anything about the actual value, but it is a fun look to see what people are crazy enough to pay for records. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said in the beginning, I personally always enjoy these videos from other people. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Let me know what your favorite one was, and if there's anything in here that you would remotely pay for it. I guess no one would. But yeah, let me know if there's something in here you would like to have. Sometimes when I watch these videos from other people, I'm like, oh fuck, I wish I had that, but I wouldn't pay that shit. Yeah, crazy prices. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye.